Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, to say, Kalaim La YAHAWAH Shem Yahushai, Mashem Ha, Ka Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, GMS who do rule and teach well. Slakia. Today, I would like to get into 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 54, on down to 59, right? And, just kind of go into it, give you a breakdown of it, and just go into the fact of the matter, right? This is something that other Israelite camps, GOCC, full well you better not get into the scripture, man. You better close your ears. You better click off this video right now. GOCC aren't even an Israelite camp anymore. The pastor says, he said, those are not even Israelites anymore. He said, they're not even a part of the body. Just let them go. Oh man. Yeah, so it's really serious though. Like they're all the way gone. So 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou made Lord of all thy creatures, right? Of whom come we all, and the people also from thou hast chosen, right? Adamites. Yeah, Genesis the 5th chapter, the first verse on down, right? I believe it's there, right? All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes, right? The world was made for the sake of his chosen people, right? The Adamites, which then went on down to become the Israelites, right? Through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? And that's what's Genesis the 10th chapter that gives you the chosen seed line, and you get Terah and Nahor and all that, and then you get Abraham. Abraham was chosen, and then after that, you get Isaac, and after Isaac, Esau was put aside, and you get Jacob, right? And if it's not here, it is in the 9th verse, which will show you that it is a chosen seed line. Let's see if I can find this. Let me see here. Put by Esau. Alright, let's see if we could find Esau here. I know they're going to give me like a bunch of scriptures. Let's see, 2. They have to have it. I'm going to be disappointed if they don't show me it. Okay, so Obadiah and Malachi. They don't have it. They don't have it. That's disappointing. That's disappointing. Hold on. Yeah. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 3, verse, well, actually, you can honestly get into the whole chapter because it makes everything very obvious. 2nd Ezra 3 and 16. Unto him that gave us Isaac, and unto Isaac that gave us Jacob, and Esau. As for Jacob, thou didst choose him to thee, and put by Esau, bounce little nigga. And so Jacob became a great multitude, right? And that's what happened. Esau was set by, right? Esau went around the Horites and eventually took over that land, either in war or whatever he did to them. They kicked them the hell out. I don't know what he did to them, but he got them out of there. And, he started to rule in that land, Okay, and then we were here in 6th verse, right? Okay, we can go back to 6th verse. Okay, awesome. So this is 2nd Ezra 6 and in 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and it's like an abundance in them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Right? The way we always break this all down, like spit, they're nothing, right? Even though they come of Adam, right? Because everyone comes of Adam through Noah, right? Noah came of Adam, right? He was an Adamite. But at the end of the day, those other nations, Ham, Japheth, they weren't chosen. Shem was chosen, and after Shem, you go on down, as it said before, Genesis the 10th chapter, and then, you keep going on down and going on down. You get Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And after Jacob, you get Israel, you get the nation Israel, and, deeper than that, we know that, YAHAWAH came out of the tribe of Judah, and that was just to be, the tribe where the Messiah came from, right? We have a Messiah, who, entreats the Lord for us. And we know we have a king. We have King David. And King David is, currently deceased, as we all know. But we'll see him again when it's time for us to have the kingdom. When all hell breaks loose, he'll come back. We'll have our king. We'll have our Messiah. We'll have our king. The 12 will be back. And everything is going to be in order. We'll be able to keep the high holy days perfectly again. And everything. So everything will be beautiful again. Like this fucking hell that we live in right now, right? But the other part, right, like in the abundance of them until a drop that fall from the vessel, right? Like if you have a full vessel of water, right, do you really care about the little drips and drops of water that fall out? Do you really care about that? And that basically goes to how they are nothing. But let's go get a G&T explanation of it. Yeah, so we decided to get a G&T version of it. Yeah, I've said the other nations of Adam are nothing. They are like spit, and you have compared the abundance to a drop from a pitcher. Right? It means they're absolutely nothing. Right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I don't really need to get it. I've done this video and kind of did a few takes. I've went into like Israel history, Jewish history, Jewish religion, and gone to like the little exposés that Israel Shahak goes into, Chabad, Lubavitch. But at the end of the day, it's not very. It's pretty obvious what he says. You can just honestly look it up for yourself. But he says the same thing, but he twists it and make it seem like those Amalekites are the chosen people, and that non-Jews are nothing. But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is that the real Jews are us, Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, people of color, as well as you Israelite foreigners. I'm never gonna forget about you, brothers, man. But at the end of the day, you Israelite foreigners, you guys go back to a Negro, Hispanic, or Native American. And honestly, most of you Israelite foreigners that are, looking like Edomites, you guys go back to more than likely a Judite. Unless, something happened while you were here in America and, your great-great-great-grandfather was a, Native American or a Hispanic or something. But, a lot of you guys in Europe, you Jakes, from like Europe, Britain, Ireland, Scotland, stuff like that. You guys are, you come from Judah, man. Even out there in Eastern Europe, because the Holy Roman Empire was out there too. Some of y'all are Jakes over there too. Scripture says that I'll make your people the sand of the sea. Like Elder Apostle, Elder Apostle bring out really, like most people on the earth are, Israelites. Which is kind of crazy to think about. People you wouldn't think are Israelites really go back to us. Which is wild. Yeah. Verse 57, right? Now, Lord, these heathen which have been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Right now, at the end of the day, this is the fact of the matter. And this is a pill you're going to have to swallow because you grew up, a lot of you, brothers out there, new coming to the faith, you grew up in a Christian church. They told you that everyone is created equal and blah, 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 blah. Men are not created equal. Okay? Israelites, all the chosen people. Alright? And it's either you Israelite, according to Numbers 1 and 18, or you not. You either an Israelite or you're a Goyim or Nakarya. Nakarya. You know, that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Alright? If you're in the car, you're nothing. If you're a heathen, you're nothing. If you're an Israelite, you're chosen. Alright? But at the end of the day, heathen will be preserved. Besides Esau, Esau is going to be uprooted. Obadiah 1 and 16. It was reincarnated as other nations, and they will just be in subjection. Force of the Gentiles be converted over to thee. Your natural resources, your labor, all of it. Will be going over to us. And then at the 1,000-year time period is over, then you'll be able to have some rule over yourselves. But Edomites of the people will be totally gone at that 1,000-year period. As I said before, they'll reincarnate among the other nations. But we that people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy favorite lover are given into their hands. Did I read that? Now, Lord, these heathen have been, because nothing have begun to be lords over us, to devour us. Right, as we're saying this from Babylon, which did happen. Our people were in a low condition. We were working for them, and do what they told us to do. We were enslaved by them. And now, Lord, behold, these heathen, which have been ever reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. But we, thy people, now has called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. Right? Why? Right? Which he goes into this in the book of Second Ezra. This is just really just a series of questions Ezra is asking. But he goes into another chapters. But why are we brought in there? Because Israel, as a nation, both the north and the south, were extremely fucking wicked, man. Like holy fuck, dude. I mean, I'm talking Asherah poles, fucking demon worship, public demon worship, and altars and shit like that. The northern kingdom were like openly off, but Judah would hide his shit, and Judah was doing his shit in secret. Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter says, many of thy cities are thy gods, O Judah. Like, God. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, damn. I was reading about it, but, man, I wouldn't want to be around there, man. Think about, the continuation of all those heathen pagan traditions that were around back then. Think about it, the same thing is going on now, like orgy parties. I think of the same orgy parties you hear about today, and the same, honestly, not even hear about. Honestly, you see that stuff on the internet. That stuff is out there, man. Obviously they call it PORN, but at the end of the day, we know what that shit really is. That stuff is so they put out there to you, but there's other secret stuff out there that we you hear about, the parties and stuff like that they get new initiates for the whole Freemasonry thing, and the illuminated ones, and make deals, engage in Satanism and all that. They talk about the parties, man. What's it, Truth is Stranger Than Fiction? That guy goes into it all the time. The boule, they all got their little parties, and all that stuff. We'll talk about the college level, hazing and whatever, in the secret societies. In the colleges, which the colleges are just a recruiting center, which is actual, facts. I, like other brothers, I've been, approached one time by someone actually trying to recruit me. Actually, I graduated. They tried to get me involved in some fraternity, and openly satanic fraternity, mind you. And tried to, ask me to go, and I was like, I'll pass. I said, oh yeah, I'll think about it. And I said, I'm never thinking about that shit. I'm never going to that bullshit. Like, nigga, please. I don't give a fuck about that shit. I want to get saved, man. I want to be on them chariots. You know what I mean? I want them new bodies. I want to be perfect, man. I don't want to die here, man. I've been fucking miserable enough as is. I don't want to get nuked on top of being fucking miserable. I'd rather just be miserable, and just deal with that. I don't want to get fucking be miserable in this fucking planet and then get nuked on top of that. You know, I'd rather just be miserable now and be happy later. You know, and then, you know, I'll be so happy I'll make up for the years of misery, the fucking 20 long years of misery I've had to suffer in this place. You know, I'll make it up by being very, very joyous in the kingdom. You know, the joy I'll have will more than make up for the pain and suffering I've had to deal with, you know, constantly having to reincarnate in this hellhole, you know, over and over and over and over again. You know, who knows how many reincarnations I had in here, you know, who I was in my past life. I don't care, man. You know, at the end of the day, this is my last life. You know, like scripture says in the second Esdras, you know, the seeds are accomplished in you. Let's see here if we could look up seeds accomplished. I'm not gonna find it because they don't be showing it, man. They be, yeah, see, man, they be holding out. They be holding out, man, holding out on me. Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I want to go into this again, and this is going to be like the last thing, and then I'll bring out the last little bit of the scripture, and then I'm going to close out because, you know, just want to go into it again because it's important to always go into it. And that brother, that fallen brother, you know, the guy in Boston or whatever, you know, they call him 30 demons or something. The Paul story called him 30 demons. But yeah, that guy, he always pushes that now. He pushes that now, even though he came up, you know, in a Boston camp. You know full well that Boston camp ain't teaching how the heathen can be saved or something. It's fucking ridiculous. Have you seen heathen? Have you seen them? Have you fucking seen the stuff that they do? They're fucking ridiculous, man. Heathen are absolutely, like, terrible. I mean, look at Kenya. Look up Kibero in Kenya. That's one of the world's. I'm pretty sure it's one of the world's biggest slums because you see the world's biggest slum is in Mumbai, India. 1 million people. Could you imagine a slum with 1 million people? Like, the fucking amount of overcrowded, like, imagine that with crime and, you know, and all this bullshit going on everywhere. Like, even when you look at the videos of people going in there, it's a cesspool. You know, like street vendors serving fucking garbage, you know, and like clearly unsanitary and shit, you know, like people on the street, even like barbers unsanitary. They don't like clean their equipment or whatever. Like, it's just fucking, it's wild. You know, I looked up a video the day I chanced upon it. This kind of American traveler, he was going into fucking Delhi, and that city is like awful. Like, it's so fucking dirty and it stinks. Like, even the air stinks. Just the amount of pollution. Like, they burn garbage and they burn like everything. You know, like there's dust everywhere, like all over, like stuff. Like, it's unsanitary. Like, there's no order. Like, people don't even like use lines to like even get like a train ticket. They just push past each other and shit. When people get on the trains, they crowd up the trains, and it's just like 1 billion people on the trains. You got people dangling out of the trains. Like what the fuck? And these people are gonna get saved? Dumb? Come on, man. And they don't care about those scriptures, man. They don't believe in the Most High. They believe in like goats and cows and shit, or fucking rats, or whatever the hell these people worship, man. I don't even fucking know. These guys have so many different gods, man. I don't even fucking know. I don't care, man. I don't give a shit. I know what I worship, you know, and that's it. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras 4 and 35. Now the souls also of the righteous ask questions of these things in the chamber, saying, how long shall I hope on this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward? Right? And Habakkuk said that in the 2nd chapter. You know, how long will he increaseth that which is not his? How long, O Lord? Okay, these are things that the prophets have always been asking. How long? How long are we going to deal with this? You know, please save us. You know, Daniel was praying about that. You know, how long, man? How long? How long? How long are we going to deal with this? How long are we going to be suffering? You know? And the thing is, you know, spirits of the prophets, subject unto the prophets, you know, we're the same way. We have that same mindset, you know, hasten the day. You know, how long? How long? Revelation 16 talks about that. You know, how long will our blood remain unavenged on the earth? You know? But yeah, you know, these heathens are not going to get salvation. All right? At all. You will see zero heathen on the chariots. Zero. Okay? And I can say that with 100%, with 1,000% confidence. There will be zero heathen having new bodies. Once again, 100%, 1,000%, 10,000%, infinity% confidence. That will not happen. And that's just these two scriptures. You know, the scriptures that I brought out will prove that. You know, I brought out 2 Ezra 6. Just that alone proves it. You will not see it. It will never happen. All right, no heathen will never be in the new bodies. All right, they'll never somehow turn and morph into an Israelite. It won't happen. Now, if our brothers bring out, you know, Israelite foreigners, when they get saved, their skin will darken up, you know, and they'll look more like a Jake and things like that. But that's that. You know, at the end of the day, that's what they really were. They were just Israelites. You know, they just have a different shade, or maybe look like a Moabite or an Amalekite or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're an Israelite. You know, and that's just what it is. And that's the fact of the matter. You know. Unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds fulfilled in you, for you have weighed the world in the balance. Right? And that's what Uriel said, because Uriel was sent down to basically, you know, deal with the prophet Ezra. The prophet Ezra was a deep brother, man. He was on fire, man. You know, it's meant to be an example unto us, for us to be like that. You know, of course, we can't do the things that he was doing. He was fasting for like a week. I think if you try that on this side, you might be sent to the hospital. Like doing that and then going to work. I don't think it's doable. You know, even if you say we're like ultra rich, you don't even have to work. I think you'd still need to go to the hospital. It's just these bodies are just so weak, they can't handle like fasting for that long, going without water for like, I think it like takes like a week or like a few days for you to die of dehydration, but it takes you like a few weeks to die of hunger. But of course, even going like 2 days without food, you'll be like all kinds of fucked up. You know, like you'll be just so hungry and like so thirsty, like you couldn't function. You know. But yeah, so you want the number of seeds filled in you, for you have weighed the world in the balance, right? So the number of seeds, you know, is really what it means. You know, the number of seeds happen. You know, seeds you put in the ground, they become a tree, you know, offspring and stuff like that. You know, you know, it's always the farming analogies and stuff with the scriptures. You know, but you know, the seeds, they that's what you. That's what happened in you. The amount of times you died and reincarnated. You know, you lived a miserable life on this planet, and you came back. Maybe you served in World War I, you know, or something, and maybe served in World War II, or maybe not World War II, because you know, you gotta do the math on that. You know, it takes like 4 generations for you to come back. So maybe World War I, and you came back on this earth again. You know, now this is the last seed. You know, and then, you know, you mission accomplished, man, and then, you know, you finished it. You finished it. You know, after this, you know. But little one, you edified. You know, I want to just go into that. You know, just another reminder, because you know, constantly inundated with yeah. So read this 2 Ezra 6:50, now the world being made for our sakes, why do we not press inheritance with the world? How long should this endure, right? Which, hey, Ezra's back here on this earth. Hey, Ezra, that time is coming now. We're here. We're here. And I think it's second Ezra 14 or 7 goes into like a rough timeline. Like now we're dealing with the smoke or the rain. We're basically dealing with the afterthoughts or the aftermath of these events that have taken place. In the scripture, the big events. The fall. Jacob and Esau and stuff like that. These things already happened, and now we're just kind of dealing with everything petering out as we're moving towards the end. Which is here in our times, and you can see it, man. The whole energy that everyone has, the people in the underground, even the average Joe and Jane you see on the street, everything's pointing towards the end coming. That chaos is just going to ensue. The tensions are at all-time high. Amalek and everyone else. These other Edomites and everyone else. Jake and everyone else. It's all boiling up, man. It's all gonna boil over. Just like World War One just took, what was it, the assassination of Franz Ferdinand to spark all that off. There's gonna be one inciting, black swan event. And, it's just gonna pop it all off. Martial law, Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. And that's gonna be that. And the one unified Shalom.